guys are a little bit early, but that's okay. Oh, we're live. Welcome back to the DreamHack Open in Stockholm. Just now joining us, Lenok did take a 2-0 victory versus Coca in that first quarterfinal. But now we have the next quarterfinal. It's going to be Team Liquid's Hero versus Quantic Hyun. Give it up for him, please. All right, welcome, guys. We're going to have a great game. Now, Hero, you are a couple-time DreamHack champion. You are once again standing in front of this audience. What does DreamHack mean to you? Is this a different tourney for you, or is this just another one that you go to?
너 이때까지 드림핵 우승 많이 했고 그 드림핵 대회가 얼마나 중요한지 나한테. 드림핵.
네. 드림핵 항상 되게 감사하고 되게 뜻깊은 대회라고 생각하고 있고 지금 이 대회도 그 중에 하나라고 생각합니다.
Well, actually, DreamHack means a lot to him. He's really thankful for DreamHack itself, and yeah. Okay.
Now, Hyun. Well, yeah, sure. Give it up for Hero. Please. Hyun, you've been very vocal on Twitter as well as other places talking about the various different balances of the game kind of coming in and out. Where do you think Zerg stands now? Is Zerg a good race, or is it still pretty bad in your opinion?
너 트위터 말도 트윗도 많이 하고 그냥 밸런스 위해서 얘기 많이 한다고. 너 Zerg 어떻게 생각하는지, 아직도 Zerg 나쁜지 아니면 좋은지 지금.
저그대 토스는 자신 있고 맞다고 생각하는데 밸런스가 저그대 테라는 맞지 않는다고 생각합니다.
Well, he thinks between Zerg and Protoss the balance is okay, it's good, but actually with Terran it's pretty bad.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Thank you. That guy right over there. It's my J-Down corner. I appreciate it. All right, now you guys are about to face off. Hero, do you have any words for Hyun? Any words for your fans? No is an okay answer as well. If you've got nothing, that's.
계속 약간 막 드림핵의 뭐 왕자라면서 놀리는 것 같은데 그냥 열심히 재밌는 게임 했으면 좋겠습니다.
Well, actually, Hyun always comes to him and kind of tease him and say, "Hey, you are the champion of DreamHack. You always won so many tournaments and stuff." But he just hopes that he's going to show some good games.
There you go. All right. Now, Hyun, over the course of the last couple days, I've learned you're a bit of a jokester, so I'm very high expectations for you. Do you have any words for Hero? And you should tease him.
장난하는 거 좋아한다고. 그리고 너 현덕이한테 말하고 싶은 거 있는지?
장난하는 거 원래 좋아하고 말장난도 좋아하고 그리고 제가 목표가 있는데 제가 1년 전에 드림핵 스톡홀름 이 자리를 제가 16강에 탈락하면서 못 올라왔어요. 그때는 제가 실력적인 부분에서 부족했는데 지금은 우승할 수 있다는 자신감도 있기 때문에 현덕이랑 좋은 게임 했으면 좋겠습니다.
Well, actually, he's a funny person and he likes to joke around and stuff. Actually, 1 year ago, he was standing on this stage and he got knocked out in top round of 16. And back then, he just said himself that he wasn't good enough skill-wise, but he thinks right now that he is good enough to actually win this tournament, and he hopes that he's going to show some good games against Hero.
All right. Very good. All right, guys, shake hands. Good game, good luck. May the best man win. Okay. Casters, take it away for us, please.
Thanks, in control. Great work up there.
Indeed.
Hyun against Hero.
Yes.
These are two of the Koreans that really play against a lot of foreigners and do very well in those tournaments.
They do. Hero made his name at DreamHack. He was always this guy that was, one day he's going to win a big tournament. In DreamHack 2011 winter, he won his first tournament in Sweden. He then went back next year, won it again. He's a two-time DreamHack champion, the first ever two-time DreamHack champion. But like Hyun said, I think it was an amazing thing that he said there, that last year he just came into the game, wasn't ready to play, but this time he is.
Yeah, Hyun is really good, Apollo. Like, he is a GSL finalist. Of course, Hero's done very well there as well, but Hyun has won countless online cups, Can he transition that and play in front of a crowd like this and actually come out victorious?
We'll see. I mean, he comes so close to claiming his first StarCraft title as finalist at a GSL. That is absolutely incredible to get that far, falling so short of the full distance. But here today, if he's able to bring down Hero, he can be in the finals.
Yeah, I think that he does have a decent shot. He's definitely one of the favorites, but Hero, he's won DreamHack twice.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that's actually a favorite over that?
I know, that's really difficult. I mean, the crowd here power him to victory. It means a lot to him to play here, as you heard. And that's going to be hard to break for Hyun.
Yeah. Well, we will see. The first map that we're going to be seeing here, Belshir Vestige. What do you think about this map, PVZ?
Belshir Vestige, I actually don't mind it for Protoss play here. I think there's a lot of opportunities to open it with lots of different strategies. You can play aggressive. You can sit back and take, your time and play the later stages here. So I quite like this for Hero.
Yeah, I think it's a map that's pretty decent both ways. As it gets later into the game, if the Protoss hasn't taken significant damage, it can get kind of hard for Zerg because the bases get so close to Protoss territory.
This is just going to be an amazing game. We had a one-sided game just before this, but I think this one is going to be a lot closer than what we just saw.
All right, let's take a look at the map, Belshir Vestige, a little bit closer, and point out some of the certain areas, the special places.
Sure, well, this is Belshir Vestige. It's a newer map to StarCraft, Heart of the Swarm here. Not been played that much, but it's definitely a fan favorite and also a player favorite. Everybody likes to play on this map.
Yeah, it's a really good one, man. The third base is in a reasonable spot. You can still definitely attack it, but it's not too hard to take, and that's kind of where maps are headed right now. We do have some maps where it's going to be really hard for Protoss to take that third, but this one isn't really one of them.
What are your expectations for Hero coming into this?
Well, Hero is kind of a wild player. He's got fantastic micro. He really favors making a lot of units that require quite a bit of micro, but he'll mix in any sort of build. He's a little bit scary like that.
Yeah, well, Belshir Vestige is a great map to start this on. Between these two players, it's going to be a long, drawn-out fight. Hopefully, we're going to see some good games. Both of them have told us they're going to give us good games. Let's hope that can actually be true. Well,
I think that this is actually a great matchup. These guys both have been very successful in the foreign scene. Both have been very successful in the Korean scene. And, it's going to be a pretty close match, I think.
Well, there's Belshir Vestige. Both players will spawn, to the top left and to the bottom right. And we'll have a rotational kind of symmetrical play when it comes to taking bases, as you'll see as the game develops on.
All right, well, the countdown has begun, Apollo. Here we go.
I'm excited for this one. Are we going to have Hero moving on or not? We'll find out here.
All right, well, up here in the top left, it is our red Protoss. It is Liquid Hero.
Seen that face many times in these booths in front of this audience. But one new face to the big stage here at DreamHack. Never got to the top 8 before, as you said. Previous result was around a 16 finish. It is Quantix Hyun.
Now, Apollo, what do you think about Hyun's play on this map? Do you think he's going to play it pretty standard, or do you think he might mix it up a little bit?
From what I've seen of him when it comes to playing Zerg versus Protoss, I expect a quite standard play from him, taking early 3 hatcheries, looking for early Hydralisks to defend against air, and then progressively tech switch over to whether it be Mutalisks or Corruptors, anything along those lines. I don't think Hyun is a player, especially because if we look at his style, he plays so much on ladder, he plays so many online cups, he's much, much more of a solid, I'm going to do the same thing over and over and over kind of player.
I think that is a perfect call, actually, and that's going to do pretty well against Hero because Hero is a little bit more out there, even though he also plays a lot of ladder and whatnot. He does it with kind of his own style. He's a player that we've seen from time to time rely almost too heavily on his micro, but oftentimes it does pay off and gives him great results.
Well, we have Hero here opening with a Nexus first, against a hatchery first here from Hyun. So, Hero coming into this game, no gateway expand, not going to try anything funky early on, just going down for this Nexus first. From here on out, with Hyun going for a hatchery into Extractor, Do you think Hyun would ever try to be aggressive? We've seen his Zerg versus Terran. He likes to be aggressive.
That
is
is
it something
true.
he would do against Protoss, do you think?
You know, that's an interesting question. There's a couple ways to look at it. He could get aggressive, but I can't fault him getting quick speed against Hero because Hero will do a lot of things like, let's say, a +1 Zealot pressure into DTs, or maybe just get out there, sneak a pylon for later warp-ins. So getting that speed is going to give Hyun that extra map control and keep Hero off the map.
Look at Hero's opening here. He actually went for a second pylon before Forge, if I'm not mistaken here.
Oh my God.
The second pylon and then a gateway after. He's kind of late with this cannon coming down, taking a bit of a gamble in terms of his economy, but this will pay off nicely. He's got a really strong pro production set up already.
Yeah, he's got 21 right now. This is actually quite nice. He's predicted the play of his opponent quite well, and that's why he actually has a probe at the watchtower. He's watching for any Zerglings that may run up so he can throw down the full wall because his cannon was a bit late. Really nice planning on this build order from Hero.
And with doing something like this, obviously he's taken a gamble, taken a risk, but what does it mean for Hero? What does it speed him up with what he's trying to develop here? What benefits does it give him?
Well, it's going to up his probe count a little bit overall. And just basically his whole economy is going to be smoother as he chooses which build to do.
All right, well, we have Zergling speed on the way here for Hyun, who's chasing out this probe, who, in a perfect world, would want to see that hatchery go down, so he's comfortable going into the mid stages, but he hasn't seen anything yet. I wonder if this is going to, cause a little bit of stress for Hero here. Upon not seeing anything and going to lose that probe too, he has absolutely no idea what could come out from Hyun.
No, he has no idea whatsoever. And in fact, at this point, he has to assume that there could be some sort of cheesy all-in coming. Of course, we can see the screen. We know that that's not the case. But he hasn't been able to scout the main base. He doesn't know how many gases, if any. He's going to assume there's at least one gas taken. But not seeing that third base, this is a little bit scary for Hero overall.
Yeah, upon not seeing that third base, it's a big 300 minerals that's been spent elsewhere, and that's the kind of puzzle that Hero has to solve now. Where has that 300 minerals gone? What is it gone into? Is it aggressive units? Is it not? And with this third base coming down a little bit later, it doesn't necessarily need to be aggressive units, but it could have been a faster layer. So I think that Hero right now is absolutely trying to play reactionary. He needs to find out what Hyun's doing, what he's planning, because so far, he's really clueless to what's going on.
Yeah, and that's why he's sent out his Zealot and another probe. He wants to watch that watchtower a little bit and check once again, are you just taking a delayed third base? And as he gets down to that third base, he's going to see it just started, so still not really knowing what's going on. And of course, we can see it is a quick layer.
Would he be able to predict that it is a quick layer now? He's got, map control, he's got a Zealot and Stalker in the middle of the map, he's seen no aggressive units, and those are the kind of two options when you don't see a third base coming down. It's either aggression coming your way, or that your opponents use those resources to increase his technology. You think he'll read into that already?
Yeah, I think he already knows. That's why he's out on the map right now. He's deciding to put on a little bit of pressure, because the attack should have already been there by now.
Well, this Stalker's going to go down pretty fast. Ideally wants to pick off this Queen. Nope, not going to happen as the Zerglings get us around on that Zealot. Good defense there by Hyun, taking down Zealot and Stalker without losing too much. And Phoenixes, yes, they're going to want to kill Overlords, but more importantly, he still needs to find out, is it Spire, is it Hydra, is it an Infestation Pit? What technology has come from investing early on to the layer?
Well, with those Phoenixes flying around, after he kills off a couple of Overlords around the map, scouts what's going on, he probably will fly in and check it out. At the very minimum, make a hallucination to go check it out. And when he sees that it's Hydraless Den, he's going to pretty much know that he's safe. He's gotten his robo at a good time, and it looks like the game is kind of normalizing a bit, even though Hyun went for this very fast tech.
Well, he's going to pick up a kill on this Queen. Finally picks that up after a bit of messing around with that Queen being able to survive earlier on to that Zealot and Stalker. But with these Hydras coming out, let's try and figure out what's Hyun's plan here. Why did he decide to not take a third base early? Why decide to go for such an early layer, for such an early Hydra Den?
It kind of reminds me of the play that we've seen from Leenox so far, where, it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty safe. If Hero was planning some sort of two-base all-in, this build is going to be pretty good against it because his Hydras are out just so quickly.
Well, unfortunately not quick enough here to be able to deal with these Phoenixes. Luckily, that Queen actually survives here. And Hydra should be trying to back these guys up, actually. Transfuse going down on that Queen. And here is a Hydra. One Phoenix is going to fall down.
Oh, and he doesn't get the Queen. Oh, that's a little bit rough for Hero. Definitely wanted to kill that off.
One thing that I noticed that's missing so far from Hyun is no evolution chamber, no upgrades coming in. Compared to, there is the evolution chamber, but no upgrades yet been started here for Hyun. And we do have that +1 attack on the way for Hero. Robotics Blade coming down too. So far, I mean, if you were to call who may be in the lead, who may not be, where would you swing it in favor of?
You know, I like Hyun's position a little bit more, but Hero's going up to 7 gateways and Colossus Tech on 2 bases. This could be just for the safest third base that anyone has ever taken because of the lateness of Hyun's base, third base that is, and it looks like that is what it is. So he is, you can tell how badly Hero actually wants to get past Hyun here by the extra safety precautions he's taking.
Well, we do have this Overseer. Going to try and find out what's going on. He doesn't really know too much either, and what's inside the base. Can kind of presume that Colossus should be on the way, but we have a Spire about to finish here. And with all 6 gases taken, we have Hyun not that really high in gas count, only at 300 currently banked up as the Spire completes. That's not really a big impact.
Do you think he's going to go for Corruptors here?
It's difficult to call. I think he might actually wait a little bit more. Because I don't think he has the gas to go ahead and produce these units straight away. I don't think they'd really give him any benefit.
You know, I think that I have to agree with you there. Switch into Corruptors a little bit later on could be nice. Or if a lot of the Phoenixes do die off and he realizes that there's a heavy committal into Colossus, you could switch into Muta as well.
Well, Hero, eventually in this game, has managed to take his third base down. And it's well fortified. He's got Phoenixes patrolling around. He's got his Colossus pumping out now. I guess the only structure that's kind of missing from Hero is the Twilight Council. Wait a minute. Whoa!
Okay, so, well, with that Warp Prism on the way, it looks like this is a fake by Hero.
Wow.
He is going for a really crazy 2-base timing, and Hyun taking an additional base. Looks like he's going to be caught off guard.
Wow, you nailed it. I mean, you said it was either going to be a very conservative third base, or he's just going to go for it, and it looked like that first option, but then bam, the Council comes in, and he's moving across it, but 10 Corruptors is going to be so valuable here for Hyun.
He's fighting against just 1 Colossus, so they're definitely going to take that down very quickly, as well as deal with all of the Phoenixes. But does he have enough to stop all that Sentry Energy, all of those Immortals, Stalkers, and Zealots?
Well, we're about to find out. It looks like 1 Time Warp is available. Warp Prism is with this as well. 1-1 upgrades currently for Hero and his ground army. Just +1 missile attacks for the time being here. These force fields are going to be crucial in just slowing down, cutting up, making sure that Hyun's army's bite-sized. But look at the supply count, 164 to 176. Hero's got a massive army.
He has a much bigger army than we're used to seeing. In fact, look at that, a hallucinated Colossus here to try to draw some damage from his opponent. A nice Guardian Shield going up. And he wants to get rid of this so he doesn't go into a huge arc of Hydras and Roaches.
Well, Hero has to kill Hyun. It's as simple as that right now. But with cancelling that third base, that's massive. Great force fields coming in here, cutting up that army into half. The Colossus falls down immediately as well as the Mothership Core. Does Hero have the numbers?
Well, he might actually. Look at these force fields going down. So many Stalkers pushing forward right now. And look at this. He still has a good amount of supply, 137 against 164.
Yeah, 22 Roaches, though. That's quite a few Roaches he's used. He hasn't really used that many force fields yet, but those don't really offer too much. He's going to be able to move down to the left-hand side here, look for a better position. Well, Hero with 2 Immortals, he's going to be absolutely fantastic if he can keep them alive to do the damage versus these Roaches.
That's right, and he's definitely going to get this third base. That's going to bring it down to 2 base against 2 base. And this is getting a little bit crazy. Is Hyun going for a counterattack?
He's just absolutely skipping this army. He's sending his drones with him here. He's just going for a complete base trade. And, well, this is going to end one way or the other right now. There's 2 cannons back at home to defend. Hero just marches forward to the natural. I have absolutely no idea which way this is going to end.
Oh, my God. I have the sickest nerd chills right now, Apollo. This is a base trade scenario in this first game. Hero against Hyun. And both of them have very scary armies right now.
One thing to note is all the probes are back at home here for Hero. He can't escape with any either. I don't think there was one on the third base. There is not one on the map either. How is he going to escape with probes to build structures? Could he lose everything?
One thing you have to remember, if Hero just force fields the ramp, there's no way for Hyun to get up. But, in fact, he didn't. He was paying attention elsewhere. He had sentries on top of his own ramp, but he didn't cast them in time.
Ah, look at that. That single force field, that could have been everything here. He's going to have to send the Warp Prism back or something to pull units.
He does have 1 probe out on the map right now, though, and he has enough minerals to make another Nexus if need be. And in fact, he's trying to go pick up probes, but the Corruptor's kind of waiting for this right now.
Oh, Hyun expects it, but the Corruptors are much faster than this. It seems like it's going to go down here. I mean, how is this game going to even, how is it going to continue from here? What happens next?
Well, it's a base trade. It is up to these two players how this game goes next. This is the wildest type of game, the craziest way to end it. And, it's just an experience thing. How many times have you been in this type of situation? Do you have the little tricks and the knowledge to get through it?
Where's that single probe gone for Hero? It's not within his army, that's for sure. I don't know. Let's have a look in the units tab. He's got one probe somewhere. Well, it might be in there. Well, it's about to build a pylon, so yeah,
there he is.
Hide him with the zealots.
Hero still has 715 minerals after that, so he can still build a Nexus. He can still build a lot of pylons, and I think he's just going to escort the probe around and build pylons around the map as he goes, because there's not that many buildings left for Hyun here.
When it comes to a heads-up battle, Hero's going to win. He has the stronger army. He has so many force fields.
But what if, because there's a hatchery starting, a lot of drones up here, what if Hyun sits on top of that ramp? Because he'll get his economy jump-started way quicker, and on top of that ramp, there is no way for Hero to break in.
I don't know, Tosis. I don't know how this is going to just go from here. We're going to have to find out. Well, there's a mothership core here. That's going to be very crucial in keeping that around to use these time wars if he can find an engagement out in the open.
I really feel like right now Hyun needs to get on top of that ramp. As you said, in a straight-up fight, Hero wins. He's got the better armor, but oh my god, right now there is a battle. Beautiful force fields going down by Hero, and he is going to crush this small force of Hyun.
Oh, he is as well, and it looks like Hyun's just trying to search down the rest of the structures. He can see everything. Remember, there's no nexus. Everything is revealed. He knows where all the structures are. He does have rogue speed. He has the mobility, but...
Can he possibly get them all? There still is that one probe. There's still a lot of minerals left over for him.
Yeah.
And these little pockets of Zerg units. I mean, he definitely can't win a heads-up fight, as you said right now.
Well, Hero's coming around to trap these loose units down there, and they're pinned into a corner. These are going to die immediately here, and this just pushing everything in Hero's favor. These units will fall down here, and Hero will claim another small victory over these units. But it's all about these ones here. The probe's still with the army, still got 460 minerals. Well, it's quite a few assimilators, a couple of pylons.
Okay, and guess what? He actually has some units moving down towards Hero's last pylon right now. Hero has to be very, very careful. He still has one probe and some money. A couple drones going after it. Not quite as scary as I thought.
A couple of Hydras and Lings also falling. But look, Hero's found these units. I mean, if you look at the units tab, what is actually left here for Hyun in terms of aggressive units? It's 2 Hydras, a Zergling, and a Roach. That's all he has.
Yeah, that's not the most powerful army I've ever seen.
All that Hero needs to do is keep 50% of his army on one structure and send the 50% elsewhere. Just go chase everything down.
Instead, he's deciding to send his whole army, but there's no way for him to lose this battle, and the probe is coming up behind. So
that probe, though, if that gets sniped, Autosis,
that's
if
true.
he makes a mistake and loses that probe, and then the rest of the structures are left vulnerable. Look at Hero just. Well, a lot of energy
Hero's
doesn't
showing
need
off a little bit now.
Doesn't need that energy, I suppose.
Well, he does have another hatch on the way, so Hero's going to kill that and wonder why he can't see all the buildings still. Hero now with just one pylon left over. That little task force of a Zergling, 2 Hydras, and a Roach are killing a lot of buildings.
He could virtually keep, I don't know, 5-6 sentries on this high ground now without pylon. There is no way for Hyun to get to the high ground.
He could send the 2 Immortals out around the map and just not lose to this army.
I'm finding this very difficult for Hero to actually lose here now.
Yeah,
it's pretty much in his hands. I don't think Hyun can take this. It'd be disastrous if Hero lost this.
Yeah, and in fact, Hero is going to leave some army up on that ramp, guarding that pylon, so he's going to be completely safe, and eventually he will find the hatcheries of Hyun, and this game will end.
It's just going to be whack a hatchery now, as he's going to go around the map finding these hatcheries. He's got one on the right-hand side, which did complete. That's going to go down. There's no way Hyun can actually defend any structures. He has to somehow find that last pylon and go to it, and I think he may attempt it and then just leave the game. There is no way that he is breaking that front. Absolutely no way here. And I think he's about to find out, too.
Let's watch the micro on these 3 units. Oh, no.
Yeah, you're not getting to that pylon. GG. Game 1 goes to Hero.
A very nice, very tricky play going on. And I gotta say, that was a pretty nice first game there. I liked the decision of Hyun to go into the base trade, but I feel like he should have sat in a concave on top of that ramp.
I believe in that too. If he'd been there, it would have been very difficult for Hero to play it out, trying to go up that ramp, but in the circumstances that Hero was presented, he did pretty well.
Yeah, certainly. You know, having that one probe alive actually saved him. He kept that with his army that whole time. That one probe, if Hyun had somehow just caught that randomly, he would have won the game.
What a tense game that was. Very difficult to actually see which way that was going to go until towards the end of that. But pretty tense game. I'm pretty sure both of the players on stage were feeling it through that.
Oh, certainly. And the next map probably is going to be a pretty exciting one as well. It is Neoplanet S, and this definitely can turn into base trades on this map. Do you think Hero's going to hit a 2-base timing once again?
I don't know. I don't think so. Not with a 1-0 lead. I think Hero's going to be feeling pretty comfortable. I don't think he'd want to risk it. We all know that Hero does get nervous, doesn't like to be in these situations where if he puts himself into that, I think he'd be kicking himself.
Yeah, you might be right about that. But, you know, taking that third base can be a little bit hard. Do you think he's going to go just for a very standard, let's say, Phoenix into Colossus in third base?
I think so.
Think so?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, what do you think?
I don't know with Hero. He's a hard one to predict at times. I wouldn't be too surprised if he has something a little bit crazy planned. Maybe something even as crazy as, I don't know, a Stargate. Maybe go Oracles or something like that. You know, try to hide it. Do something that Hyun is not expecting.
Yeah, he's got to be very careful, though, against a player like Hyun, on Neoplanet S especially. We talked about it in the first quarterfinal today. It isn't that big of a map, and Hyun is dangerous, especially if he opens up the same, because the build he's using is very similar to what Lennox's been using, actually. And if he can mask aggression to what he did previously and say, well, I'm just opening up the same, and then hit with aggression, you know, he could do something.
That's a good point, you know, because last game, it did kind of look like that. And then eventually Hero figured out, oh, I think he's teching. And eventually did his own crazy attack.
But he was very, very clean on scouting. Zelmarga Tower in the early stages, then with the Zealot and Stalk was, you know, looking for units coming across.
You could see he had it very well planned out how to prevent cheeses to himself. And that's a good thing to do in such a big tournament that you play in just one weekend. You have to be a very solid Protoss to get through that.
Remember, this best of 3, whoever wins it is guaranteed a slot in DreamHack Winter this year.
That's true.
It's big, and the money starts to increase now. They both banked $1,500. That starts to double its way up now as they reach the top 4. It's obviously a very big stage, a very big set of games they've got to play. Indeed
it is. Well, what do you think? Do you think that Hero's going to go ahead and just take this game and win against Hyun 2-0, or can Hyun bring it back?
That's a very difficult call to make. And, I mean, look at Hyun right now. He's staring at that screen wanting to go. I'm going to say that I think Hero can do it 2-0.
2-0? I kind of feel that way too. You know, I personally, as a Protoss player, really like Planet S because if you make it into the late mid game, basically if you secure that third base, the map feels very small and it feels very easy to go over and attack Zerg bases.
Well, we'll see what's going to happen as we get ready to join into this next map. I'm quite excited for it. Thank you for joining us here live or back at home. And, well, the map is loading.
All right, let's throw that up on screen. Only a few seconds left. Cannot wait to see who goes into that very elite top 4.
And who is going to play Lennox in the first semi-final.
What a prize, right? Okay.
All right, down here in the bottom left, needing to win this game, it is Quantix Hyun.
And up here in the top right, our red Protoss, it is Liquid Hero.
The first rule of DreamHack is Hero wins. We'll see if that comes
It's a fairly reasonable rule. It happens about 20% of the time.
His record at DreamHack, actually talking about that, is incredible. He's played at 5 DreamHack events. He's won 2, and the other 3 quarterfinals.
Wow.
That's really consistent.
That's pretty solid.
That's really, really good. And again, here, this is his 6th tournament. and he's already in the quarterfinals. He's leading to go to the semifinals.
You know, I think it would be fair to say he's made his career off DreamHack.
Yes, he's took a lot of Robert Olin's money. Let's say that.
He certainly has.
Well, look at this, actually. A 12 Forge.
You know what? Hyun, did Hyun or did Hyun not hatchery first last game?
He did, Autosis. And what is he doing this game, Autosis?
I believe he is hatchery firsting.
Oh my god. We could actually just see this end very, very early here.
Did you see that sharp angle? I think he's dodging overlords right now.
The overlord sees it.
This, oh my god.
I guess it doesn't really matter anyway.
Is he going to do the wall at the gas?
One. Where are you going, Hero? What are you
This
doing?
is a little bit weird.
Just a single pylon. A second probe is gonna.
Okay.
I think he just missed it.
I think he did just miss that,
But he
but-
sees the forge down, so.
With that forge already done, drones need to be pulled. He needs to be all over with his drones. Here he goes. 3 more drones coming down. And
Where's he going with this?
he is trapping the drones. No, not quite.
That
And-
one cannon, Autosis, can't be touched.
Well, he's going to try to break through there, but you know what? I think that this is very likely to be successful. These drones do not deal damage very quickly. He's going to have to cancel that cannon right before it goes down.
All right, let's have a look. Is he going to get that? A pylon gets cancelled. The cannon is going to stay alive here. I think he just wants to buy more time for the other cannon to stay alive here.
And it was a good choice indeed. Look at that blocking area there with that probe. Oh, the probe gets out! Absolute madness here. He wants that probe to stay. Oh!
Hero! So slick there, and the cannon survives, the probe survives as well, and Hyun is in trouble. 12 probes are on the way. He's got a cannon back at home. He can add on anything there to make that a full wall off as well. Are we going to see Hero knock out Hyun with a... He's actually sending his links across. He's going to go for it.
Well, I don't think that's going to work because he can do that full wall, as you said, and down goes the full wall. That cannon's going to be warping just as the Zerglings get there. And this situation for Hyun is one that if he was on the ladder, he'd just leave the game right now.
Oh my god, a second cannon coming in, and I don't know what Hyun's going to do. Is he just going to tap out right here? Is Hero just going to go straight to the top 4? We're going to find out. Another hatchery is coming down. It looks like Hyun realizes that he has to stay in this. If he quits out, he's done here. He's going to finish in top 8.
Apollo, the drone count is 9. He has 9 drones right now.
Oh, dear.
This is as bad a situation as can be imagined.
Oh, dearie me, Autosis. This is not looking good at all. And Hero is going to go in and see that drone count too, and probably have a little grin on his face.
Yeah,
or at
I
least
think
a
so.
sigh of relief.
He's probably very happy right now. You don't really come back with 11 drones. It's a very hard thing to do, but he does get a gas, and that's what he's going to need to do as well. He's going to have to do something very tricky. All right, let's try to guess what tricky thing Hyun is going to do. Here,
all right.
It could be roaches. It could be Baneling Bust. I think both those are too obvious. I think maybe trying to Nidus could be an okay try.
He's got a single overlord on that side of the map, inside the main base of Hero. And that's the only thing that he could work with a Nidus with, and inside the main base. Hero knows that something big has to come. It's 10 drones versus 23. He knows how far ahead he is here. And it doesn't... let's have a look. He's about to go into the gas with 3. It's a very long time until anything could come out, whether it be Roaches, Zergling Speed, Baling's Lair, anything. This is... I mean, if you look at percentages here, what percent would you give Hyun, Autosis? And don't be generous.
Don't be generous?
Don't be generous.
All right, if Hero literally just makes pylons on the edge of his base, I'm gonna give Hyun about 0.5% to take this game.
99.5% chance of winning this game.
It's a pretty good chance for Hero right now. Like he's just going to have to make some units,
all right,
and then move out, and he's going to be good.
There it is, a Roach War, and he's so far behind in economy. There's no way he can just keep up toe-to-toe with Hero, who has a sentry out already. He's getting another one. He's got 3 cannons. We'll probably see a Stargate go down on the high ground here, just to build a void ray anyway. He knows that he can take such an investment in defense because he has such a leeway, a big difference between the both of these players. And this Roach attack is destined to fail here.
Yeah, Roaches are not going to break that. A Mothership Core is even on the way. This defense is basically perfect. He even added another pylon, so that can't be targeted down in any shenanigans.
Hero is just securing the victory at this point. A couple of overlords have been morphed. Gateway's coming in. He's just going to build a bunch of units. 3 roaches on the way. 5 roaches, and even 5 roaches, if they were to get there now, they still wouldn't do it, and they still got to get across the other side of this map.
If he had those 5 roaches in the main base of Hero right now, then I would give him a shot.
They're
but
not
of course, that
the
is
main base.
no.
Never,
I don't
ever,
think
ever.
so. I agree with you.
Autosis.
Yes.
This is going one way.
Which way is it going? I can't tell.
It's going Hero's way.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Well, the roaches and lings have been spotted. He's going to lose a couple of units here, that's for sure. Is he going to... He's got 10 drones on the way.
Yeah, you know what? I think that this is actually a smart move. He's showing a lot of roaches right now to those, and maybe he's hoping that Hero maybe over-defends and he can work his way back in a very long game.
Well, look at the supply count. 52 versus 51. The problem is there's about 8 gateways that have just finished morphing or something along those numbers. 6 gateways, sorry. So Hero's now going to probably break out and say, well, if he's not coming, then I guess it's time for me to go.
Well, maybe that's
move.
the trick, because now he just killed one of his own cannons. That's 1 cannon less to break through.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine
Wouldn't that be
Autosis.
some sick metagaming right there?
Well, this pylon's going to go down as well. He's going to have to destroy the gateway most likely here as well to actually break out. I don't think there's a gap there above the Cybernet score.
Yeah, there might not be.
I think he was actually looking for it, and then, no, he couldn't see it. So.
Hero might end up killing more of his own buildings than Hyun will kill this game.
You're probably correct on that analysis.
It could be, because
I think that's correct. I mean, with +1 attack about to finish, there's no evolution chambers, there's no upgrades for Hyun here. He's down to minimal units. That's his army. 6 roaches or 5 roaches there, +2 attack on the way as well. And Chrono boosting into the forge.
He just hallucinated probes. I'm actually watching hallucinated probes go across the map right now. This is a very special moment. I'm glad you're all here to share it with me.
Only at DreamHack. Only at the DreamHack Open would you see that. All right, well, as the victory march of 4 pros make their way across.
You know, it would be pretty cool if those could make hallucinated nexuses. Because that would be the ultimate trash talk, wouldn't it be? Oh, God, look at this. Look at what he's doing right now.
Look at this. That's
They're
quite
pretending to mine. I don't know about probes, but hallucinated probes certainly have no soul.
And then they go poof. So, how would you feel humiliated a little bit here as Hyun? How would you be feeling right now?
I would be feeling like I should have gone pool first.
Shouldn't have done that, Hatchery.
No, I guess not.
Well, Hero makes his way across here with an army that's probably not going to be stopped here. He's got Blink about to finish as well. We all know how good Hero's micro is. He's got a probe with his army, probably to add on just a pylon here. And this is pretty much coming to the end here. Hero marching forward, his victory march, his true victory march here. Mothership Core sees these units.
Base trade, just like last game, I'm calling it.
Oh, Hero doesn't want that to happen as he lands down the time warp to keep these roaches here. Double time warp coming down just to keep Hyun from leaving. And another good set of force fields here. And this is going to be the end of Hyun Autosis.
I believe so. These roaches are outnumbered by stalkers with Blink and almost +2 attack.
Here we go. This is it. This is Hero's moment as he cleans up these roaches. A couple of force fields goes down. Hero is about to take this victory. There's a couple more units being made here by Hyun, but Hero takes his attention to the natural, to the main base, to the heart of Hyun, and will just claim his top 4. Minimum top 4 finish here at DreamHack.
And that means that Hero will be at that grand finals once again.
Yes, even if he doesn't win this one, Autosis, he will be there for the winter once again. But he's about to move on to the semi-finals here. A good blink forward, a force field on the ramp. Drones are being pulled off here. And this is nothing but a win. Hero 2-0's Hyun. And he moves on to face LOGITECH in our first semi-final. What a game that will be!
Oh my God, it will indeed. LOGITECH, the winner of many tournaments in North America. Hero, the winner of many DreamHacks. Guys, give it up for Hero!
Okay. Couple of quick games. Congratulations, good job. Now you're going to head into your semifinal match against LOGITECH. He hasn't lost a game yet. What is your mindset going into that semifinal?
또 지금 축구하고 4강 올라갔는데 리너기랑 붙었는데 그냥 생각 어떤지?
그 4강까지 올 거라고 기대를 못하고 그 드림핵을 출전했었는데 4강까지 온 것만으로도 되게 이렇게 영광스러운 것 같고 그리고 이동영 선수가 되게 잘하는 선수라서 네 그냥
A short answer then. Yeah.
네
Pretty good. No, go on, please.
팬분들한테 그냥 재밌는 경기만 보여드릴 수 있도록 최선을 다할 생각입니다.
Okay, well,
Yes, everything, please.
that's a lot to remember.
Yeah. I got faith in that. You can do it.
Okay, so before he came to DreamHack, actually, he never thought that he can make it to the semifinals, and he's really happy and satisfied about his own performance to make it to the semifinals. And
I feel like there's more.
yeah, and actually, yeah, but Lino is a really good player, obviously, and he just hopes that he can show some good games.
Just wants to show him good games?
Yeah.
Really? Well, you actually, you kind of killed Hyun really quick, so we've got like an hour to do this, so I need more.
빨리 끝나서 1시간 시간이 있다고 인터뷰 오래 해야 한대.
Yeah, just more. I mean, what do you...
말하고 싶은 거 있어? 더?
네 운이 좋았던 것 같고
He was lucky.
Well, a lot of people have been following you through Pro League. You're doing a great job there as well. I guess another cool kind of question to ask you would be, how do you prepare for a tournament like DreamHack? DreamHack's very different from Pro League, from GSL. It's a different format. So when you go into a DreamHack where there's going to be a lot of foreigners, but you're also playing matches that you're not preparing for, what do you do to practice?
지금 DreamHack 같은 해외 대회는 좀 GS랑 프로리그 좀 틀리잖아. 그리고 뭐 특별히 준비해놓는 거 있는지, 연습 뭐 틀리게 하고 뭐 그런 거 있는지.
그냥 따로 준비하는 건 없고 그냥 프로리그 준비하면서 같이 겸사겸사 네, 합니다.
Well, there's nothing extra that he practice like for DreamHack or something. When he always practice for Pro League, then it's like same as practice for DreamHack, so nothing special.
Just kind of practices in
Yeah.
general? Yeah, just practice. There you go, guys. Just do nothing different, and sometimes you'll end up in the semifinal of a major tournament. So, okay. Not the answer I was expecting, but I appreciate that here. You're a special guy. So it's going to be luck against lack of preparation in this next semifinal between. I'm just kidding. You don't get any of this, so that's all right. Well, I get some of it actually. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get that next quarterfinal match going here in just a second. Let's give one more big round of applause for Hero as he prepares for his next match, please. Thank you, guys. Now, your next quarterfinal match is going to be two Swedish gentlemen by the names of Sort of and Naniwa. I'm pretty excited about that, and I think you are too. So don't go anywhere. We're going to do a quick commercial break, and when we come back, that quarterfinal match. See you guys soon.